I've been going over and over this tire thing, trying to find something to replace these slippery, not very good crawler tires. This Maxstone 8 is a really good truck, but this is probably one of the weakest points in the truck. So I've been trying to find something to replace these, to change them out with. There's nothing this sized. And actually this is a little bit large for the truck. What I did was mounted up a pair of Summit Canyons, and they fit on the rim actually pretty well. I had to trim a small amount of rubber from the bead, from the inner bead, to get it to seat. And the stock foam, this is the stock foam that came with the Summit Canyon tires. It's a little soft, but you know, that's the foam that'll be changed out. So this will let me know that it fit 3.8 40 series tires. So I was on my way to the hobby shop to order these rock crushers from RC 4-wheel drive, which have a similar tread pattern to these stock Maxstone tires. Here you can see the rock crushers. That's at the RC 4-wheel drive website. You can see they have a very similar pattern. Getting caught up on the camera here. You can see they have a very similar pattern to these Maxstone tires. So that's what I was gonna go with. I originally was gonna order these for my AX10, but then I decided against them. So I always wanted to try them, and they had them in a 40 series, so why not? So when I was on, they don't have the greatest knob spacing, space between the raised points, and that's something that I wanted. These Canyon tires even have a larger space between the knobs. That's something I was looking for in this tire. And so while I was in the shop, I found these rock rages from Proline. These are not crawler tires. I know they're all-terrain tires, but they're one of the closest things I could find in a 3.8 40 series tire that has a reasonable amount of space between there. I'm actually going to open them up right now. Getting ready to mount them anyway. So they got a nice stiff foam on them. So that's good. For me, it's what I'm looking for. Not everybody likes stiff foam. Blah blah blah. I don't even want to get into it. But yeah, these have a nice spacing between the treads like the Canyon tires. These are actually meant to be a replacement for the Canyons on the Summit. These are fairly new from Proline here in the beginning of 2014. But anyway, I'm going to see how these work on the truck. If they don't work, I can always take them off and put them on my Summit or one of my other trucks, and go ahead with my original plan with the RC 4-wheel drive wheels. They're all bead locks, so it's all okay. I can switch them out at will. But I think these will do alright. They definitely have more stick than the stock tire. Just a little bit smaller. If you can see the difference there. A little shorter. Same width, but a lot more grip on these tires. So hopefully these will provide a little bit of a little better traction with the Maxstone. I'm not going to trim the foam. I want the foam in there, pushing up against the sides to keep these knobs out. I know a lot of guys like the compression. I'm not looking for the compression on this tire. I just want to see how it works like this, and if I go back, if I need to trim the foam at a later point, that's what I'll do. So anyway, I got the rock rages for the Maxstone. Also, while I was in the hobby shop, spoke before about these coarse screws, these coarse thread bead lock screws. I wasn't too fond of those. I went to my hobby shop and found out they're 3x6mm screws, so I bought every one that the hobby shop had. Hopefully this will get me through. I think I have 2 extra. Found a bunch from Traxxas, some Dubro Racing that he had in the back. Doesn't matter, they're all 3x6s, fine thread. So I'll be replacing all the bead lock screws with those. I just opened these rock rages to try to start getting them mounted. This is how the foam came out of this thing. This is the first time I've seen this. I don't know if this is temporary, if this is gonna undo itself. I may be optimistic, but it looks like it's starting to uncompress already. I don't know. But this is how the foam came out of the pack. I'm gonna let it breathe for a little bit, see what happens. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna have to use the old foams, either from the Summit or the Maxstone tires. So I decided not to use the Pro Line foams in the tires. They didn't decompress as well as I'd like, and they're also a bit stiff. As I was thinking about it, I do want the tires to have a little give to them, and so I ended up using stock Summit foams. I took these foams out a long while ago when I originally changed the tires on my Summit, and so these are the stock foams that come with the Summit. I went ahead and mounted one just to see if it would work, and it does. Everything's good. You have to trim a little bit of rubber off of the tire in order to make it work. The beads for the Maxstone are I believe special for the Maxstone tire. They have a special lip that fits just into this bead. So in order to make these tires fit, you have to cut that little bit off. I'll probably do a video about that. Yeah, so that's the Maxstone 8 tires. I finally got a tire changed out. And now I get them mounted on there and see how well they do. These are also weighted like I did before with lead weights.